Good morning, everybody. As a music teacher, one of the comments that gets regularly aimed at me is the fact that they say, particularly my pupils say, and parents say, you must have the patience of a saint. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. It was simply something that was taught to me. My dad was also a music teacher, as was my granddad. So it's something that was passed on. And it is the philosophy that you have to explain to people several times certain concepts through the fact that word association means that different people will interpret what's being said in slightly different ways, and when you're explaining something to somebody, they might not get it the first time. They might need to be explained, but they might need the concept explained a couple more times, several more times maybe, and it's not their fault that they don't get it. It's the fault of the person explaining it. However, in the case of Sheriff Robert Hermann, over the past 2 years, I will have sent him literally hundreds of emails. We've also, over a 6-month period, every 2 or 3 weeks, we would chat on the phone for between 20 and 30 minutes. I've also sent him handwritten letters and even postcards. And as I say, at certain times we have been very amicable towards one another. One of his common sayings, both in his emails back to me and in our phone conversations, was the fact that you've got your opinion, or you're entitled to your opinion. In fact, I'll just read a little bit of one of his emails to me, where he said, "It was nice to talk to you as well. I am confident in the integrity of the Teresa Halbach investigation. There is no doubt that we disagree on the facts of this case, and you are entitled to your opinion. Here's the problem though, Robert. When you know that something is false, that it's not true, and you say something different, that isn't you having an opinion. That's called lying. When you say something that isn't true, okay? It's called an untruth. It's called lying. As I say, I've sent hundreds of emails to try and explain this simple fact to you. Are you the worst pupil I have ever had? It definitely feels like that. Now, when I phoned you the second time, you mentioned that you had looked me up. You had gone online and done a few searches. And it is fair to say that I have reciprocated. I have tried to find out as much about you as I can. Indeed, to quite a lot of supporters, I am the Robert Hermann expert, and officially the chairman of your fan club. Now, when you joined the Sheriff Department in the mid-80s, you could only have dreamt of being the sheriff, the guy in charge one day. And I'm sure that in your fairly lengthy career at the Sheriff's Department, there are moments for which you should be proud. I don't know of any, but I can imagine that there probably are. So my first question would be simply, has that dream turned into a nightmare? Now, are you beginning to wish that you had never taken on Andy Colburn to become the sheriff? are you going to run for sheriff again this year? Do you wish that Laura and Moira had never come to Manitowoc? And more importantly, do you wish now that Thomas Kasurak and Jean Couchet and Judy de Verbiage and Dennis Vogel hadn't been so focused on Steve? They were focused on Steve Avery. The City Police Department were focused on the right person, Gregory Allen. But your lot weren't prepared to listen to facts and proof. You decided to do your own thing. You had your own opinion. Your department had their own opinion on that, and they decided to hell with the evidence and the facts. We're just going to pursue Stephen simply because we don't like him. Do you regret their actions? Well, it's pretty obvious that you're going to very, very soon. And also, if you do decide to run again, I think you probably will, because you've got a few skeletons in the cupboard. You've not just got Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey to worry about. No, you've still got this Ricky Hochstetler tragedy. Eric Ozey did a video this morning. You should already have had it by now because I emailed it to you. And you are the expert on this particular case because you've been investigated about it twice. I don't think it's ever going to go away. I think it's going to bite you big time. Let's hope. So if you do decide to run for the sheriff again, it'll be the first time that the public in Manitowoc County have had the opportunity to vote on you since Making a Murderer came out. And it's going to be interesting to see what their opinion of you is now. As I say, that Ricky case is definitely going to come back and bite you. And I think how it's going to play out is that there's going to be some within Manitowoc Sheriff's Department that are then, if you're out as sheriff, they are definitely going to start loosening their tongues and pointing the finger. I think that's pretty certain. But here's the thing. When Stephen and Brendan are released and compensated, I've already given you my assurance. I'm not going to phone you up. I'm not going to start gloating about the fact. Because you know what? There will only be one winner. And that's going to be the attorney, Kathleen Zellner. Everybody else in this case has lost. There's no other winners. Steve has basically lost his life. Brendan is losing, 12, 13 years of his life. The family have suffered horrendously because of the selfishness of one or two within your department. I did once ask you for your opinion, which you never did give me. And that was, why has Kathleen Zellner taken on this case? Well, it's pretty obvious we know why she's taken it on, because she is, as I say, she is the one that's going to win. She is going to prove the framing of Steve. She's going to prove as well the real perpetrator of the murder of Teresa Holbeck. And you're going to have to start to realise that your tenure as sheriff is going to come to a very, very sticky end, my friend. As I say, when this all comes out, I'm not going to be gloating about it. One day I will come and visit Manitowoc. Where you will be at that time, who knows? It's, as I say, there's only one winner in all of this, and it's going to be Kathleen Zellner. So as I say, you've been warned. I will continue to warn you. I will continue to use whatever word association I can use, because yes, I probably do have the patience of a saint. Bye for now.